It's happened, guys. Blizzard has officially nerfed tier 5 content all the way to the ground. Now, we remember when tier 5 was coming out, Karazhan and tier 4 content like Rules Lair and Magtheridons got extremely nerfed. It went from being annoyingly hard or even easy but kind of annoying to run every week to something that you can knock out in a few minutes. You don't even need a full raid group. Well, that's basically essentially what Blizzard has done to tier 5 content, nerfing things from HP values of almost every single encounter and trash mob to also nerfing different mechanics so that they don't even do anything, or actually just making mechanics not even happen anymore. Now, this is actually some footage in the background from my boy Crix earlier today, where you can check him out over at twitch.tv/CrixGaming. But this is just to show you that phase 3 of Lady Vash literally doesn't actually do anything anymore. She doesn't even do the mind control mechanic. The spore bats that drop the poison on you doesn't actually instantly tick. It actually doesn't tick until basically a second later, so you have time to move out of it. It's no longer nearly as scary, and she doesn't even do, which Blizzard actually talked about early on, the mind control that you could actually CC the MC targets. No, they went to the fully nerfed version of tier 5 content where you can just sit there and tank and spank this fight. The ads are nerfed. They have significantly less HP, and I'm going to dive into basically all of that really quickly. So just sit back and relax and enjoy it. My name is Sarthe. If you like this sort of coverage on anything, or like learning about TBC in general or season mastery, of course, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I would actually like to ask you guys before the video to let me know in the comments if you think these nerfs were too extreme. Are you glad that we're finally getting nerfs, or that we are getting nerfs, or is it too much? Does it make this content a little bit trivial as we move forward looking towards tier 6? Thanks for letting me know. Anyways, let's dive right in. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to look at is some of the HP nerfs that we're seeing in this phase, this new content. You can see right here, we have the reduction percentage of how reduced some of these actual mobs are. So Beast Tamers in SSC went from 430,000 HP to 250. That's just one example. Almost every mob was nerfed by like 30 to 40% of their HP. Some of them significantly less, some of them significantly more. Hydros only lost 10% HP, but Mogrim, FLK, and Void Reaver, these bosses were actually not even nerfed in the sense of them losing actual HP, but Mogrim's ads, the Murlocs, went from having 71,000 HP to 18k. One mage can delete all of them. You won't even actually get a seed off if you're trying to DPS these. Now, other fights that receive nerfs that are pretty large, or the biggest ones, would be KT and Lady Vash, where she lost 20% of her HP and doesn't do a lot of her own mechanics. And the other encounter which received some insane nerfs was the KT encounter, where the ads, all 4 of his ads, went from having 750,000 HP to having 27,000. You can see in the background how they almost instantly get deleted. You can actually kill these ads before they even take more than 6 steps, but you actually end up stopping DPS just to position them. You still do take a lot of damage from the mechanics, but the actual fight itself is pretty trivial. The boss itself, Kel'Thas, did lose a lot of HP as well, but these ads are the real thing that are no longer intimidating by any means. You can basically kill them in literally seconds. And it's not just the bosses, but the trash also is receiving massive HP nerfs, so this content is a lot easier to clear. You move through the raids significantly faster. Almost any guild, even quote unquote dad's guilds for lack of a better term, can actually full clear each of these raids in under an hour each now, without even really trying or without even going too fast. And on that note, I wanted to share with you guys quickly some of the actual nerfs so you can see for yourselves what these are, and I'm going to share this link in the description. So here you can see Lady Vash can no longer use the ability Persuasion, Toxic Spores no longer deal damage on impact, Tidewalkers no longer call for help from other creatures, Technicians have significantly less HP and deal less damage, the Priestesses can now be sheeped. Also, the Priestesses no longer actually go into the Spirit of Redemption form once you kill them. The damage of the Scalding Water on the Lurker fight has been cut in half. Leotheris's Chaos Blast radius was reduced. A lot of things are banishable, or a lot of things are CCable. I don't want to talk your ear off about it, guys, but I will have a link to that Reddit article in the description, as well as my boy Haythorn put together a really good comprehensive list of all of the patch notes as it goes down, all the way down to patch 2.4, where now you can fight Prince, Kel'Thas, and Lady Vashj without even killing anything else in the instance. You can actually go straight to these bosses. You can kill obviously the trash on the way there, but the gates blocking off the bosses, the last bosses, are now going to be, or supposed to be, released. There is an issue on the live version of the game right now that's supposed to be patched, but on the PTR, this was also true. On the PTR, you were able to go straight through to the last bosses. Currently on live, at least on NA servers, it is not opening all the way, so I'm not sure if this is going to be in the game, but hopefully you'll be able to, when you're farming your tier 6 content, Black Temple and Hyjal, just go straight in and kill Lady Vashj, kill Kel'Thas, because they drop some BIS items that'll last you pretty much forever. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys on the next one, and stay tuned for tomorrow. I will be releasing my podcast with Crix here on the channel.